So last week, I almost didn't post about our anniversary. I had the photos, I had written something about celebrating 23 years with Andrea. It was honest, it was real, and I actually liked what I had written. But I sat there staring at the post for like 20 minutes before I finally just closed my laptop. Because all I could do was think about the friends who are going through divorces right now, the people in my life who are barely holding their marriages together, the couples that I know who look just as happy as Andrea and I do in photos right up until they didn't. And I just kept thinking, who am I to post about how great my marriage is when other people are hurting? Here's the thing. This thing has been eating at me for for years now. I am terrified of making my life look better than it actually is. Not because I'm trying to be fake or I'm trying to create some perfect Instagram version of my life. It's quite the opposite. I'm worried that even when I'm being completely honest, that people will still think that I'm full of it. That they'll see me talking about my marriage or my kids or my business or just anything good in my life and assume I'm just another person with a highlight reel pretending that everything's perfect. And maybe that sounds ridiculous, but I've literally been hiding because of it. I coach people for a living. I tell them to show up, to make videos like this, to be authentic, to create content, especially when it's messy, to not wait until everything's all figured out and it's all pretty, to stop waiting and to just start. That's what I do. That's what I'm telling other people. But then for me, I'm sitting on the sidelines watching other people use social media to curate these polished versions of their lives. And I just opted out because I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want anyone to look at my content and feel worse about their own life. I didn't want to accidentally hurt someone by sharing something good when they're going through something that's hard. But there's something else underneath that fear too. Growing up, I saw a lot of broken relationships. My parents, a lot of other marriages in my family, people I loved who just couldn't make it work. And it's part of why it took me so stinking long to marry Andrea in the first place. I didn't want to screw it up. If I was going to get into a forever relationship, like that's what it was going to be, forever. And so there was just a lot of fear in that. So when I think about showing up and talking about my marriage publicly, it's not just about making other people feel bad. It's about the weight of saying something matters and then having to actually live up to it. Because I've watched people close to me post about their relationships, talk about how strong their marriages were, and then it fell apart. Cheating, hurt, divorce, and I know how much that betrayal compounds. Not just to their spouse, but to everyone who believed them. One of the best compliments that Andrea has ever given me is that I'm a person of integrity. She said that. And that matters to me more than almost anything. It means that my words and my life actually match, or at least that's everything that I'm working toward. It means that I don't say things flippantly that I'm not willing to back up with my actions. So showing up and talking about my marriage feels like I'm making a promise, not just to Andrea, but to anyone who's watching or reading. And if I mess up, not even in a catastrophic way, just in the normal ways that marriages are hard, I'm not just failing her or myself. I'm failing everyone who believed me. Everyone who looked at my story and thought, hey, maybe it's possible. And that weight feels crushing when I know how fragile relationships actually are. When I've seen good people with good intentions still end up divorced. And when I know that integrity isn't just about wanting to do the right thing, it's about actually doing it day after day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And I don't want to be flippant about something that requires everything that I've got. I don't want to make it look easy when I know that it's not. And I definitely don't want to become another cautionary tale. The problem is I'm naturally optimistic, like annoyingly optimistic. I know this about myself. I genuinely see life as a glass half full, like most all the time, even when things are hard and super challenging and difficult. Trust me, I still tend to focus on what's working more than what's broken, which means even my reel probably sounds like a highlight reel to some people. And I can't change that. I can't make myself more pessimistic just so that people believe when I say that life is messy. I can't downplay the good stuff just to prove that I'm not hiding the bad stuff. But for the longest time, I tried. I just didn't show up. I didn't post. I didn't share. I mean, I do in real life, but like when it comes to curating what other people can see, I couldn't figure out how to do it without potentially making someone feel bad or think that I was being fake. I've been in therapy. I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in coaching and masterminds. I've surrounded myself with a community of people who keep telling me the same thing. You have to show up anyway, Ryan. Not because showing up is some magic solution to people's assumptions about you, but because there are people who actually need what you have to share. And by hiding to protect the people who might judge you, you're also hiding from the people who could actually benefit from hearing your story. One of my coaches said something that's been rattling around in my head for months. The people who are going to make assumptions about you aren't your people. So stop optimizing your life for them. And she's right. I know she's right. But it still feels uncomfortable as heck to show up when I know some people are going to look at my life and think that I'm just another entrepreneur, humble bragging about my marriage or my business or whatever. Here's what I'm learning though. I can't control what people think. This is true. I can be as honest as humanly possible. I can share the hard stuff. I can talk about the years that Andrew and I barely made it through. The financial stress, the times that I've been a terrible husband. There's probably only been like one or two of those times. The business decisions that almost tanked everything. The therapy sessions where we had to rebuild from scratch. I can share all of that, and some people will still think I'm painting a prettier picture than reality because they're looking at my life through their own lens, through their own pain, their own experience. And that's not my fault. And it's not my responsibility to manage. My responsibility is to show up for the people who get it. The ones who understand that you can be honest about struggle and grateful for what's good. The ones who know that sharing your wins doesn't mean that you're hiding your losses. And the ones who need to hear that it's possible to build something that works. That marriage can actually get better after 23 years. And that you can pivot your business and not blow everything up. Or you could blow everything up and that's okay. The optimism isn't toxic positivity. It's just choosing to see what's working alongside what's not. So, I'm done hiding, not because I figured out how to make everyone comfortable with my story, but because I finally realized that that's not the goal. The goal is to show up, to tell the truth, to help the people I'm actually here to help and to let the rest of it go. If you're hiding too, you're not alone. And whether it's because you're afraid of looking too successful or too messy or too anything, I get it. Been there, still working through it. But here's what I know. The people who need what you have to offer can't find you if you're not showing up. And the people who are going to judge you, they were never your people anyway. So show up, be honest, share what's real, and trust that the right people will get it. I'm super grateful for you being here. I appreciate you watching this far. If you like this kind of content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment. It helps more people find these videos. And if you've been hiding too and you want to talk about what's keeping you from showing up, drop a comment below or just shoot me a message. Sometimes it helps to just say it out loud to someone who gets it. I send out this weekly newsletter with more content that's like this. Link for that is in the description. Would love to have you there. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next one. Bye.